सबको नमस्कार. मैं हूं डॉक्टर महेश, जॉइंट कमिश्नर एंड डायरेक्टर फॉर सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस एनिमल हस्बेंड्री. You all know that we've been doing this for last 2 years. We completed 24 episodes. Now we are entering into the new year of 25-26 financial year. This year, first episode, we want to do it differently. We want to go with the conceptualization. I want to bring in a concept called egg and environment. You know that, egg you're all consuming. What is the story of egg? How the environmental issues are being tackled in the egg farming or layer farming? For this, none other than my good family friend who was a veterinarian and who graduated with me in the same Hemanth Veterinary College, migrated back to his hometown called Davangere, choose to become an entrepreneur. And you will understand during the discussion how could he create almost a conglomerate of 8 lakh layers under his command. The story of the consumption, what you are doing, eggs, you will understand today in detail. Similarly, I have got another friend of mine, very, very young gentleman who started to become a car designer by 3D. And somehow he felt that, I should contribute to the environment by again doing a 3D designing. So how is journey from car designer to giving an environmental solution for egg laying poultry or even beyond that anything. So with this, I want to welcome both of my friends, Dr. Mallikarjun and Dr. Hemanth. Welcome for the podcast. Thank you. Namaste. So now want you to introduce each of you. So that let me come to your first, Dr. Mallikarjun. Can you briefly tell your background? Where did you start and how did you come to this place?
Thank you for calling me for this podcast. As you are my family friend, you know each other since long time, almost 30-35 years. I know you. I still remember the first day of CEAH hostel.
Okay.
Where I took your help to avoid ragging.
Okay.
The class in the hostel.
Good memory.
That memory still I remember. And also I thank for your supports and motivation during my harder days in poultry. Definitely. It's my privilege to mention some few names who have contributed for my progress. One is Professor Devagowda, and Professor Srinivas Gowda, and Dr. Kiran and Dr. Magdumji. Especially I thank my uncle Sainath, who is a NECC vice chairman. He has mentored a lot during my very hard times, and he has given good tips how to manage difficult situations. Definitely I remember him. And finally I want to remember Srimati Vijayalakshmi, chairman Chetana School. She owns layer farm. Those farms I look into it. She has also supported very much during my career. This is my introduction. As you know, I am the product of Veterinary College, Bangalore, and also I did the post-graduation in IVRI. After completion of my veterinary post-graduation, I have tried for the government service, which has went in vain. After that, with the suggestion of my uncle, I wanted to join VHL breeding farm at Pune.
Okay.
That also I could not succeed. I was frustrated that time. Then my uncle suggested, why you want to go to job? You can have your own farm. You learn better than that. With his suggestion, I worked in his farm for almost 6 months to understand what is my book studies and practical poultry farming. There I could learn a lot what is practical farming, how to manage situation in practically. Then I was to start my farm. I purchased land at my native.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I was preparing for all the preparations to make the farm. I have approached many bankers that time, around 1998 and 97, 98. I approached many bankers. I was unable to convince the bankers to fund for my farming. Then also I have frustrated. My uncle suggested me to do consultancy service at Downgrade.
Okay.
That was my first career, industry career. That was also, as everyone knows, poultry farmers get free of cost services from medicine companies, hatchery. They pay. Now the things are changed. When 25 years back, to paying a outside consultancy, they were feel to be taxed. That was the situation. Then I thought, why can't I have your own diagnostic lab?
Oh, you also did that?
I started diagnostic lab. I took a loan from bank. I started it. That also farmers were getting very free.
Okay.
And that also went in way. That burden was there. Then I was forced to join Krishna Hatcheries as a technical manager. Okay, here I was getting 15,000 per month as a salary.
Okay.
I was doing and I was serving myself. While doing that technical service, one farm at Davangere, which is owned by, I think everyone knows, Davangere Cotton Mills. They had a small farm with a capacity of 12,000 layers. I took that farm. I was visiting that farm. I could see a lot of mismanagement in that farm.
Okay.
But those DCM owners are also very rich people. They were not concerned of that penny losses. I was able to meet those owners with my known sources. I was able to convince them to get lease that farm for me. That was my first farming practice, farming venture. That time, I think 1999 August. I
still remember a month.
Yes, I took that farm. Started. In that time also, it was very old farm. It was established in 1978.
Okay.
Very old farm. In that time also, fellow farmers at Davangere, they have suggested me not to go that farm since it is a very old farm, which having a very lot of diseases and that you cannot manage. You will be going to lose the money. Like that, everyone is ignorant that with my uncle's guidance. I started. Initially, I was getting 6,000 eggs.
Okay.
With the birds of around 6,000.
Okay.
And then I have corrected all the farms and also increased that capacity to 20,000.
Fantastic.
All repairs and all I have got it done. My first year income was 12 lakhs.
Oh, fantastic.
I was getting 15,000.
You moved it to 1 lakh.
1 lakh. That was confidence which has given me in the poultry farm. Yes, I was doing. One of the other poultry farmers approached me. They have come to me that to take their farm as a lease.
Okay.
That also I took it.
You became a double shooter.
Yes, double shooter. But there also I got a challenge.
Okay.
Initially I took it. Once I took over the farm, I was having troubles. Mortalities have increased. Managing that birds, I should feel very much hard to manage those mortalities and all. Then I was frustrated that time also, and I thought to give it back to owner, thinking that I cannot bear the losses in that farm. Before giving that farm back to that farmer, I was my conscience that doesn't permitted to give it back as such. I was analyzed. I took everything with the help of VHL lab Bangalore. I analyzed. I could find the source of my problem.
Okay.
It was borewell which it has been shifted while handovering the farm. That owner has shifted from one borewell to other borewell.
Okay.
And that was the culprit of that problem. When we shifted that borewell,
Water source. Okay.
everything has corrected.
Fantastic.
Everything has corrected. That was one of my before a
journey towards success.
yes, before any problems, we have to analyze before giving up the issue. That was my this.
From there, you have now reached to around 7.
Now presently, I have 8 lakhs of birds producing around 6 lakhs per day. This one we are producing around 100 tons feed per day.
What your turnover today? Now from 50,000 salary, where is your turnover now?
It around 100 crores.
100 crores. That is a spirit.
Yes.
Start our discussion.
Yes.
Now let me shift to my friend Hemanth. So now you can explain your story, because we saw a journey of a veterinarian with frustration, he said so many times, went into now a successful entrepreneur doing 100 crore turnover. So likewise, what is your background? We will catch up why you came into environmental solution. For the audience, you can brief your background.
So I think I was actually privileged compared to all the stories I've heard. My family had a farm, and Dr. Mallikarjun sir runs it. That's how we connected initially. Firstly, I would like to thank you for
Pleasure.
inviting us for this podcast, and I would like to thank Mallikarjun sir. He's been like a mentor, and I would also like to thank my parents who brought up this situation. I ended up in developing products about it. So coming to my story, as a kid, I love cars.
Okay.
I want to become a car designer. I went to this design school in Pune to learn car designing. But then I realized in design school that there's so much more to do than just designing cars, like problem solving or designing products, etc., which I felt which is more satisfactory at the end of the day than just designing certain products. So that's how I shifted to designing other things. And then eventually, after my college in Pune, I went to masters in France to do TV display designing. And then after that, I always wanted to become an entrepreneur. So I was doing designing services and 3D printing services, so that I had more opportunity to design more products. And somehow, eventually, I think thanks to my dad and Dr. Mallikarjun sir, I came across this problem in daily mortality at the farm set.
Daily dead birds.
Yeah,
supposedly.
dead birds. So I just made a product for my farm. It was like a weekend project of start to solve the simple problem. And then thanks to you, I think you
Sounded long back. Yeah.
long back.
Yeah.
You saw the potential of the product, and many other farmers around me saw the potential. And then now it has become a company where we have set up around 15 composters in various parts of India. We have set up in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and also recently one in Gujarat.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. And we also have we have regular organic orders monthly. And yeah, it's going well.
Very nice. So what Hemanth is explaining is, basically dead bird disposal is a big challenge for the farmers, whether it is broiler, layer, breeder. So we were using earlier dump pits or an incinerator, which is a great challenge. Now what is he using is, that like a screw chiller drum, if you put an input of the product, it becomes like an end product, like a manure. We will understand little later in the story. Now let us come back to Dr. Mallikarjun, who is my good friend. Let us dig into the consumption of an eggs which you are eating every day. You just put 6 rupees or 7 rupees buy an egg. You don't know the story behind the egg. So we will delve deeply into that. So Mallikarjun, can you narrate your layer farm which you are maintaining in Davangere? What is its capacity? What is the story of chick to egg what we consume? You can explain.
Definitely. As everyone knows, there are two things. Chicken relate means one is egg and chicken. Chicken is a broiler, egg is a layer. What we produce is sterile eggs that doesn't have any life, that doesn't hatch. Unfertilized eggs. We have only females. We doesn't have males. We get only females.
Most people will feel that in a laying farm, males will be there.
Definitely, it will not be. It will not be. Definitely, it will not be there. It's a simple whatever reproductive cycle like in humans. This also has a reproductive cycle. It's a product of reproductive cycle. We get eggs, which is when it is mated, we get sterile eggs, hatching eggs. When it is not mated, we get sterile eggs, which can be used for our consumption. It's a very good protein source. Everyone knows it's a very digestible. 100% 100 marks for protein quality. Definitely, earlier there are some myths of about eggs that it gives more cholesterol and all that. It has been scientifically proven that the egg doesn't have anything negative. It's all positive. One more thing I can add: we can adulterate anything, but we cannot adulterate egg. If I deceive birds with any poor quality food, it will not give eggs. Definitely, I have to look after good in good condition to the birds to get better eggs. That means to say, if you are eating eggs, that means to say it is safe.
Because it's the perpetuality. Because mother want to create a next generation.
Definitely.
It doesn't want to adulterate anything.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It is a covered, naturally covered shell. We cannot add anything in that. Even then, somebody says plastic eggs are coming in the market. That is untrue. As such, we are giving eggs at 6 or 7 rupees. The production cost itself is more than 5 rupees.
Okay.
Then presently production cost is to produce a plastic eggs by the first cost of 6 rupees, we cannot produce plastic eggs. Only why those things are being shown is cooking process. If you cook hard, that eggs will become hard. That will be similar like rubber ball. That was those are things. Coming to the poultry farm,
How entire cycle you can explain? To growers.
Layer is a capital intensive farming. It requires a lot of capital. Presently, it requires around 900 to 1,000 rupees per bird. Full investment.
It is capex and opex.
Capex and capex, so, running cost and establishment cost without land. It doesn't include land cost. In approximately to do a lakh, in my sense, in my observation or in my practical sense, today practically if you want to run farm smoothly, we need minimum 1 lakh birds.
Okay.
That will be
That means 9 crores to 10 crore rupees.
10 crores we need the capital. Second, capital intensive birds, it requires a lot of establishment. Rarely in all over India, layer birds are being laid in cages. Free range birds have been not
Very less number.
Very less.
Because volume.
No, that is less because it requires large space. For us, for cage birds, approximately for 1 lakh bird, we need around 10 to 12 acres of land. That was the thumb rule. Per 10,000 birds, 1 acre is needed.
1 acre.
It's a thumb rule. It's a capital intensive. Definitely, Government of India considered this poultry as a agriculture activity. Lot of soft loans are there. Now, government is advancing to do poultry farming. We get chicks from once we all establish the poultry farm. We get chickens. Day-old chicks we get from the hatcheries. That has to be reared till 20 weeks. During the it's called brooding and growing period. Initially, birds doesn't have capacity to regulate their body temperature. For that reason only, we give artificial heat. That's the thing. So everyone thinks a bird is a heat like that. It is not there. It's a misconception.
Okay.
Initially, bird doesn't have pineal gland to regulate temperature. It needs around 15 days.
If the mother sits on it, that's what just gently.
Yes.
Yeah.
So artificial heat is needed. That 15 days, that brooding period will be there. We grow 20 weeks.
20 weeks to start producing.
To start producing. Within that 20 weeks, lot of procedures are there. We have to debeak it. We have to give a lot of vaccinations we have to do. One more thing also, in the procedures of vaccinations which have been misrepresented in the media that we give hormones and all.
Not true.
Definitely, it's very untrue.
Not possible.
It's untrue. Definitely, no hormones is being used in our poultry farm.
It's just like kids getting vaccinated.
Yes,
The birds are getting
yes.
vaccinated.
There are known diseases are there to protect the birds. We vaccinate. There are almost 16, 17 vaccination procedures are there. We will do it.
Mhm.
Once it attains 18th week, 18 week. In thumb rule, I can say for humans, 1 year means bird we can take it as 1 week. 1 week of bird is humans is
1 year.
1 year.
Okay.
That means to say 18 years.
Like a second 12th grade boy
Yes,
is
then
entering
bird-
into professional.
even birds also look like that. Yeah.
Okay.
If you see,
Adolescent.
if you see a 20 weeks bird, it looks very nice and very
Attractive.
very attractive. Very attractive it will look. Once it starts laying at the age of 20 weeks, we keep these birds till earlier we used to keep at 72 weeks. Now long live birds are being come. We keep up to 80 to 100 weeks.
50 to 100. It's very good.
80 to 100 weeks.
So what is the total number of eggs you are getting in 100?
It's a target of 500 eggs per 100 weeks.
500 eggs
For 100 weeks.
It's like a egg to egg. The chicken is like a machine, they layer machine.
Definitely.
It eats around 120 grams feed or 110 gram feed.
Per egg, if you consider as a per bird, it eats around 120 grams. Per egg, if you convert it, it will come average total. If considering all feed, even for growing everything, it needs around 130 to 140 grams of eggs. Feed per egg. There are different stages are there, as I have told earlier. Chick stage, growing stage, and laying stage. Laying stage also we have 3 stages. One is young layer, middle layer, and old layer. Why this it has been classified means in each stage requirements are different and management is different.
Like our age group, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years fellow cannot run like MS.
Yes.
So that's the difference. Yeah, good.
Along with the management also, we should manage feed. Feed requirement also. Feed requirement is also different. Feed specs also different. As a young chicks up to we call up to 8 weeks, it's a brooding period where we need high protein.
That I think I'll discuss a little later. But just to summarize for the audience, basically these are like egg machines and selected with high performance criteria. And these birds are highly genetically selected.
Yes.
Beautifully nutrition, no issues of hormones,
Yes.
no issues of chemicals, nothing we are giving.
Definitely.
They're just like Virat Kohli, we select him
Yes.
to bat. The same way these birds are selected
Oh, yes.
for producing with a low body weight, consuming less,
Yes.
giving more eggs.
Yes.
So that is the funda.
Yes. Yes.
So 3 stages: chick stage, grower stage, and layer stage.
Layer stage.
So let me move on now. So you're given the understanding how things are happening in your farm. So now people will want to know what is that you're feeding to the birds. What consists of this? Ultimately, we eat eggs.
Definitely.
So eggs are made out of what chicken eats.
Yes.
So chicken, you're giving certain technically proven nutrition, which is very balanced. Not even we don't eat. We
That's
don't
what
explain you.
that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
What we feed to the bird is more nutrition than what we eat.
We consume. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
More nutrition than what we eat.
Yeah.
Definitely, as we consume, a meal should have energy, a meal should have protein, a meal should have fiber, a meal should have micronutrients like vitamins and minerals. Definitely, for energy source, locally available grains are being classified as energy source.
Okay.
Like in Davangere, where I run, it's a maize growing belt. It's a maize is we use maize as
Energy source.
energy source. Other alternatives for maize also, jowar is there, bajra is there, broken rice is there. These are the alternatives for energy source.
Okay.
As far as protein is concerned, we in poultry, soya is the market. Okay, soya is the major. All other proteins are
What do you use in your farm?
we use majorly soya. Soya DOC.
Other than
soya DOC, that is
DRLK.
DLK we use. Other than that, we also use groundnut DOC, rapeseed DOC, sesame DOC. Yes,
Oil seed.
is oil.
Once oil is removed,
Yes,
you get a lot of protein.
protein.
Okay.
Yes, that we use. Earlier, these cakes are being used for agricultural purpose. Now we use it and we give very good protein to the human beings. Okay, that is the poultry which gives a lot of nutrition to the population. That's we are proud of it.
Fiber.
For the fiber, we use we use DORB. That means to say whatever rice polish which is being oil extract after extraction of rice polish, we use that de-oiled rice bran as a fiber source. Moreover, nowadays balancing in poultry, balancing fiber is also earlier fiber considered as a negative. Now in poultry also minimum fiber should be there.
Okay.
Earlier minimum fiber should be there to have better production. To balance fiber, we use artificial fiber also, like husk powder also we use. Some other materials also
For easy bowel movement and
yes, bowel digestion definitely we will use. As birds we keep in cages, we have to give all the nutrients in abundance. In abundance we have to give.
like micronutrients.
Micronutrients also we will give. That everyone thinks medicine, poultry medicine. In poultry we use feed additives. That means to say it will have micronutrients, mainly vitamins and minerals. It has been breed specific and age specific nutrition is there. You will follow
Standard.
procedures.
So in nutshell, you are using corn as energy source, soya as protein source,
Yes.
DRB as
Fiber
fiber source. All micronutrients generally they would have picked up naturally,
Yes.
but we are putting them in the box,
Yes.
cage.
Yes.
So that is why you have to provide in the
Yes. In abundance we'll provide.
yeah, very comfortable environment you are giving. So one more question, since you said about borewell, I want to ask, majority of the people forget that water is also a nutrient.
Definitely.
Water is also nutrient. How do you source your water?
Definitely all majority, I think 100% the all the farmers borewell is the water source for the poultry.
Okay. You test that water for
Definitely.
potability.
Definitely.
Total
Mainly first and foremost considered it should be free of bacteria.
Free of very good point.
And that free of microorganisms. That's first thing. Second, it should contain less of nil of heavy metals.
Heavy metals.
Okay, it should not fluorine. Any other material should not be there. If it is there, we have to soften or you have to remove that and we have to use. Hardness doesn't matter. Okay, I have seen where birds with 100, 200 ppm harness also. I have seen 2,300. When you come across in Namakkal, minimum harness will be around 2,000.
Okay.
Birds will survive. Hardness is
It's not a specific matter.
specific.
Only metals is an issue.
Yes.
So let me move on because of the paucity of time, Mallikarjun. So can you explain now the economics? One has to think about, suppose I want to invest. So what is the economics? Suppose if I start today, the project investing, as you suggest, 9 crore to 10 crores. What is my ROI and how do I realize the money? You can explain more on that.
Definitely. There are two things. One is capital investment, another running investment. To produce an egg, it requires one is capital and this one. The running cost,
Working capital.
working capital. As a whole of the egg, it cost consider 80% of the it cost goes to the feed.
Okay.
Our major cost is feed. Almost around 2 to 3% cost labor cost will be the total amount, and rest cost is maintenance and other interest and all it will go through.
Okay.
Practically today, if I
What's the
consider
cost of production today?
today cost of maize is around 24 to 25. cost of soya DOC is around 35 to 37. Cost of other, if considering all that cost, if it is a new farm, definitely farmer requires 5 rupees add 5 plus minimum to manage these shows. That means production cost will be around 5 rupees for a new farmer.
Okay.
If it is an old farmer, if he's a old farmer,
Mhm.
which he doesn't have any loans, nothing,
All is like capital is recovered.
everything, maybe around 50 paisa lesser than a new farmer.
Okay.
That will be the.
So what is the sale price realization? How much profit he'll realize? How is it?
It's not like that. It's not like that. If you consider the 365 days,
Yeah,
365 days will not be a profitable.
that's what.
This is seasons wise. Presently, it's a summer. My present sale price is around 4 rupees.
So less than the production cost.
Less than the production price. We are losing it.
Okay.
We know it and we manage for it.
Okay.
These are the known things.
In winters, you will get good price.
Earlier, 10, if you consider 5-10 years back, if you go, if you calculate in a 365 days, that means in a 12 months, there will be around 3 to 4 months profitable and
8 months loss.
no, 2 to 3 months loss
2 to 3 months.
and 6 months it will neutral period was there. That was the calculation. Presently, that has changed. We used to take the P&L year-wise, yearly view. Now, because of high competition and large farms, we take calculation once in 2 to 3 years. Maybe this year we may lose. Next year we'll manage it like that.
But obviously, what is the average profit one can make per egg? Or how do you determine?
Thumb rule. In my thumb rule, it takes around 8 to 10 years to clear off a new farm. It takes 8 to 10 years to clear off.
Longer, no? 8 to 10 years is little longer.
That's the thumb rule.
Okay.
If he gets, suppose if I build a farm, that comes my first production, peak production comes in a good period. It will take 2 to 3 years lesser than that.
So average we can put as like 6 years to 8 years.
8 years, 6 to 8 years. Another thumb rule is that you have a FD, bank FD. If you calculate FD when it doubles, that is the thumb rule that you'll clear off the loan.
Oh, very good analogy. Okay, so thank you. So now I think your break even has happened for you. You are in profits.
Definitely, I mean almost 26th year of
running. That's what I'm thinking. All projects are profitable now for you. You are breaking even in a good way.
Presently, we run the shows.
We
will not
you recovered your capital.
We run the shows expecting.
Before I move into Hemanth, I want to ask you one very quick question on demand and supply. How are you matching demand and supply in your area? For example, how do you determine the demand? And I heard that, yours is the only agency, as you read, Sainath sir was also my good friend. National Egg Coordination Committee is the biggest farmers organization.
Definitely.
Fixing price,
yes,
fixing demand and supply all across the country.
Definitely.
Can you narrate before we move into Hemanth? Yeah.
Definitely. As far India is concerned, we produce around 500 million eggs per day.
Okay.
Our Indian production is highest production is from the south. That too from Tamil Nadu. That highest production is there. As far as Karnataka is concerned, we produce around 25 million eggs per day. Our requirement of Karnataka is around 35 to 40 million eggs.
Okay.
We are in a deficit state. Still, we have a chance to increase. Only thing in poultry business, when compared with other nations, we have a religious taboos. Our consumption varies season to season and festival like that. That has to be managed. Many times I myself feel all festivals if comes in summer, I'll feel that good.
You're praying for that. All summer should be festival
where that I can manage egg production and other time I can produce more. Okay. That is not the case.
Nature is different.
Nature is different. Like example, Shravan comes in a colder period. Though it is very conducive for egg production, egg consumption, religious taboos are there. It will avoid egg consumption. That's the practical difficulties in India. It is not.
How do you manage your own demand and supply in down here? How do you produce? Now I said, almost like 7 lakh eggs you must be producing per day. Are collecting.
So as far as Davangere itself is concerned, we produce around in Davangere around 30 lakhs of eggs daily. 3 million eggs are being produced in Davangere. Major source of our production is coastal Karnataka.
Okay.
That Mangalore.
You said
yes.
How generally trader comes and picks you?
Definitely. Procedure, they will come and pick the eggs from.
Okay. So how do you fix a pricing?
We fix the pricing based on NECC declared price. That's the thumb rule. It's not the exact price.
Fixed one.
Yeah. And depending on the demand supply, we'll give discounts based on the NECC price.
Thank you, Mallikarjun. Now, concludingly, how do you contribute to the environment? Because many people are worried. You're damaging the environment. You're producing a lot of, issues which related to litter, which related to dead birds, which related to any other polluting issues. So how do you say that he has provided a solution for you? And how do you handle that general one? Yeah.
Everyone knows that birds in our backyard also birds will be there. Definitely birds are not environmental polluting things. Definitely it is not polluting things. Only thing, if you don't manage our farms properly, ammonia smells will be there. That one. And our litter is a very good, if you don't manage our litter properly, is a very good source for fly breeding. These are the two things which hurts every farmer, other people and surrounding area. If you manage two things, definitely it's a very good poultry, rural employment. We use rural raw material where all the farmers who produce maize and all, we only use, and we produce good protein, and we give a lot of employments also to all the dependents of our poultry farm.
Very good. I call it as daily revenue model. Even if some small droppings comes, from the bird, it's a money for you. It's a manure.
In poultry, everything is money. Everything is money.
Very good word. Okay.
Whatever dropping is there, definitely is a very good source of manure for agriculture. Birds, very good source of protein for
egg is a good
protein.
So nothing goes waste.
Definitely nothing waste goes, and nothing harm is there in poultry. Only because of this smell and the flies, everyone thinks of it is a polluting.
Okay.
But it is not a pollution. There are things, pollution and nuisance. It's a very thin line between pollution and nuisance.
Okay.
Nuisance also being considered as pollution. I will take an example. If you don't manage in our home toilets, we'll get a lot of smell.
Yeah.
It is not a smell. It is not a pollution. It is a nuisance.
Yeah.
In poultry, nuisance being represented as a pollution.
Okay.
Definitely.
Good comparison you said. We have to maintain our toilets. The same way our farms has to be maintained hygienically.
Definitely. Like that we have to manage. Good managemental practice and good from the beginning, if you plan poultry farm for these environmental aspects, definitely we can manage very easily birds.
Very nice, Dr. Mallikarjun. We can talk almost hours, but as a veterinarian, you are so passionate and converted to a successful entrepreneur. Very nice of you.
One more thing, at least one more thing I wanted to add about environmental thing. In poultry, wastes are one is dead birds and one is litter. Litter we as such we sell.
Litter, the poultry droppings.
Yeah. Birds, we have to dispose dead birds. Regular mortalities will be there in our poultry farm. Regularly we practice deep burial pits or incinerate or burning.
It is burning.
Burning.
Mm.
Burning, if it is a local area, populated area, if you burn it, smell will come. That also is a nuisance in the farm. For that, everyone will go for deep burial pit. That also has advantage and disadvantages. To that solution, Hemanth has provided us a solution where we compost the bird. That is also very
Composting is completely digesting the organic matter,
yes,
using a carbon source, and then
it will convert to the raw manure. Yes, convert it to the manure. That can be very good source of fertilizer for the agriculture. In that everything will expand.
Thank you so much. Yeah, now Dr. Mallikarjun, you explained nicely about the journey of veterinary into entrepreneur. Now let us shift to Hemanth, the car designer by passion, shifted into environmental solution provider for the poultry birds.
Yeah.
So let me now come to your straight away. How did you imagine that you can do a waste to wealth concept in your layer farm and about your journey? Please narrate, Hemanth.
Yeah. So I was at my hometown and my dad came to me and he's a farm owner and Dr. Mallikarjun runs it. So dad came to me and he's like, so there's issue with, you talk about design and you talk about problem solving. We have a problem at our farm. We have dead mortality every day. We have daily birds dying and we do deep burial at our farm unlike any other farms locally. So like, could you find a solution? Because this is nuisance. If not pollution, like Doctor said, it's a nuisance, even for us as a farmer itself. And so I looked up options in the market, and every other option that farmers are using right now is either deep burial or incinerators. They're spending money either to dig or to burn, and they're wasting. Everything is getting wasted. So I was like, there should be some way, because every waste has some better output. Somebody's waste is somebody's profit at most times. And here at like poultry farm, every waste can be some source of nutrition for other purposes. So I looked up for options and we came up that continuous composters is an ideal solution for this mortality management. And I made this machine to convert our daily mortality into organic waste. And it's been working very well. So the dead birds, instead of getting wasted, or also the deep burial and incinerators, they're not very hygienic and they hinder biosecurity. So with our machine, not just they increase hygienic and biosecurity, the compost can also be sold and make another revenue generation to the farmers.
Very good, Hemanth. Can you explain the process for the audience? Because dead birds I get in a bag, so I'll have to throw it somewhere. Earlier I was putting it into the pit, or I'll go into the incinerator.
Right.
Now can you explain how this your continuous composter, that means slowly you're composting over a period of 15 days. Can you explain this machine, which you'll be putting the image, definitely how it processes? Can you narrate?
Sure. So it's in a very basic term, it's a drum. It's a stainless steel drum which rotates slowly. We have a motor.
What is the technicality of the stainless steel you said?
Yeah, so we use particularly stainless steel 304 drum, so that once we set up a machine, we don't want to waste their time or in terms of repairs or rusting. So we only want to give good quality stainless steel 304 product. It's a drum which rotates slowly and it has blades inside. It's like a screw. It's like a reverse accommodating screw. Yeah. So what happens is it also follows the first in, first out process. So it has two ends, the drum. There is an opening end where you put the end, and there's an output end where you have the compost coming out.
Horizontal movement.
Yeah, horizontal movement. So that's why we call it continuous also, because you can continuously keep adding waste every single day, and continuously at the other end you have compost coming out every single day. So when you set up a new machine, when the machine is empty, it takes like 10 days to 15 days to fill up the machine. I mean, what we do is once a farmer wants a machine, we ask them, what is your daily mortality? So accordingly, we'll size the machine.
Mortality for the commoners is dead birds.
Yeah, dead birds. Yeah. Yes, dead birds. So that we size the machine in such a way that the dead birds has to stay inside for like 10 to 15 days, so that it has enough time to compost. So after that 15-day cycle, you keep adding every day and you're getting compost every day.
What are the components of the compost you add?
Yeah.
Suppose today I'm putting 15 birds. What along with that I have to add?
So there are three components. for any compost, you can compost anywhere. Yeah, you can just put a waste in the soil. You can put in a tub or anything. It will get composted if you put three certain things. One is the nitrogen, which the chicken already is, which the dead bird is highly nitrogen. And you need carbon. So for carbon is something we need to add. So carbon can be anything. Could be sawdust from a sawmill or a rice husk from a rice industry. Or if you have a big farm, you can just add dry leaves also, cocoa peat, cocoa coir, any source of carbon source. So you can just locally find which is the cheapest.
Generally, these farms are in, like coconut grove, arecanut grove. They can chop it up,
powder it, or
Whatever fiber source is available,
we can
use.
Yeah.
So there are two components: nitrogen, which is the chicken, and the carbon, which is any carbon source. And the third one is the culture, the bacteria.
Okay.
Particularly aerobic bacteria.
Okay.
So for bacteria, we can use our poultry litter in the farm itself.
Poultry droppings.
Which has very rich
Bacteria.
bacterial. But also we
Healthy bacteria.
healthy, good bacteria. Not bad, not salmonella, not E. coli. Very good, healthy bacteria. Like, how we use bacteria for to
make your yogurt. It's yogurt.
Yeah, it's like yogurt.
Yeah.
So you need good bacteria to do the job. So we have also started providing bacteria culture. So instead of using litter, we can also provide culture, just a liquid.
If you add a litter, it takes value. If you add the culture, that value we can increase the bird capacity.
Okay.
Of the machine.
You can add more birds.
You can add more birds.
But
so there are three things, like nitrogen, which is the chicken, the carbon, and the culture.
okay. Now, what will be the investment, operational energy? That means power.
Yeah.
So how do you explain that?
So right now, our major for most customers, our major sales are like 10 feet machine and 14 feet machine, which is ideal for most farms, which has just 1 HP motor.
Mhm.
It rotates with just 1 HP motor, and it has an automated timer. So the worker need not have any technical information. Once we set up, it's set up. It does on and off on itself. He just needs to come, put the waste, and go.
How much is the space requirement for the machine?
Space is around 10 feet width to 20 feet length.
Around 10 to 15.
10 by 15.
10 to 20, depending upon the machine size.
Yeah.
So it's a 1 HP motor. In total, per day, it only runs for 1 hour. So that's 1 HP motor running only for
Only 1 hour.
Yeah,
Entire day, 1 hour.
Yeah, entire day, it does on, off, on, off. In total, it runs for 1 hour.
Per hour, around 1 or 2 rotations.
Okay.
Yeah. So that comes up to around 1 unit per day.
Just 1 unit.
Just 1 unit of electricity per day. So depending upon your locality,
Hardly
it is around 5 rupees to maximum
7.
10 rupees probably in some areas.
Okay.
That's how they.
What is the input per day you can add up? How many birds?
At an average, our 14 feet machine, you can add up to 100 kgs of dead bird.
100 kg.
Yeah, so
depending on the different variety.
yeah, because
Some
some birds are
birds
1.5 kgs, some birds are 4 kgs. 100 kgs per day you can add in our boat.
Very, very economical. Even in our incinerator,
Yeah.
I used to find 10 to 15 rupees as a fuel cost to burn it. Now you are telling 100 kgs, 7 rupees is the.
That also you get as a menu.
You get as a menu rate. You are ash.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the benefits are, like you said, the economics of it. We have done the ROI. I can confidently tell you that so that the costing is one, the machine cost, the electricity cost, which is 5 rupees. Then the culture, if you buy the liquid culture, there's culture. But it need not be every day. Once you have a culture, once there is put for the culture will develop on its own. You don't necessarily need to buy culture every single day.
It's a perpetual.
It's a perpetual thing. But if the weather is, because composting is weather dependent, if there is hard weather, probably you need to add a little more culture. That's how it is. And one more thing, you might need to buy. Some places there is abundance of carbon. You will get it for free. Somebody wants to give away their carbon.
Yeah.
Because people are burning carbon in some places. They do stubble burning.
Yeah.
But in some places,
Even stubble can be a very good idea.
definitely.
A lot of paddy growers and
Only thing we have to it has to be chopped those.
okay.
Yeah.
Cutting small cutting.
But at some places, it's not abundant. Like in our locality, we buy sawdust at 4 rupees per kg. That is another cost. Even considering we are buying carbon, considering we are buying culture, and considering we are buying electricity, and if we sell the compost, which is highly nutritious.
You said you are verified and certified.
Yes, we have gotten lab certified from Namakkal University for NPK, and we also gotten lab certificates from private labs. Mainly to make sure there are no pathogens, no diseases, because the composting itself is an aerobic exothermic reaction. There is heat inside. There's always heat inside.
Lot of temperature.
So any pathogen diseases will immediately die. That's how enhances the biosecurity or hygiene in the farm?
No, hygiene also it is there. More also, it is in my personal experience. I have run the machine almost more than a year. Definitely, the input, it is an input and output. Input cost nothing. Whatever we are dumping to the pit, we are putting into the machine. Only thing the running cost is the correct
Very small.
electricity is bigger. Only is carbon source is the
Carbon source, the greater.
So you asked about the economics, right? So
No.
ROI, like I said, the three things which you are spending money on, and the output. In the market you already get like vermicompost and like bone meal, which are costing like 50 rupees per kg branded.
Okay.
Even if you sell our compost, which is more nutrition than these vermicompost and bone meal powders, even if you sell it for 10 rupees, our ROI for the machine will be within 1.5 years. So it's a very economical purchase.
I have made a practical solution in my poultry farm. I have sold the manure which have the compost which has been produced. This I have asked them. This give me back the same quantity of the sawdust.
Sawdust. Okay.
That's all. I have asked.
Take the manure and give the sawdust. Barter. Okay.
Bottom देते
Yeah.
they are given back the
Sawdust.
sawdust. That I cannot.
You are innovative, you are businessman. Very good, very good. So, just for understanding the audience, suppose 15 kilos is the 10 kilos is the chicken dead mortality.
Yeah.
How much of material of carbon source you have to add?
Ideally, it's all weather dependent, but ideally, for a very bad weather, like a moist.
Is it raised to 1:1?
1:1, yeah.
1:1.
1:1 is an ideal.
This is the only input I am adding.
Yes, yes.
So, how is the output? Suppose this becomes 20 kilos.
Yeah.
So, how much compost will come back?
So there'll be little evaporation. All the moisture will evaporate from the compost. Around 30 to 40% might evaporate. And you will get, if you put like 20 kgs, including carbon and chicken, you will get more than 12, 13 kgs of compost.
Around put together around 25% to 30% loss will be there.
Because moisture will be there.
Yeah.
Evaporation will be there. Very good.
Any composting in general.
Very good. So, very good, Hemanth. Any other inputs you want to add? Because, how many machines you have put now in across India?
We
How many states?
have put around like 17 machines which are already set up and running. And we have another 5 which will very soon be put up in different places.
So, can you narrate average estimate expenditure for the investment for the audience?
Yeah. So
Now,
right now what we do is once we contact the customer, if the customer contacts us, we ask them what is your waste per day, what is your dead birds per day, and then accordingly we'll size the machine. Right? So right now we are innovating daily to make different sizes of machine. We want to make machines from 1 lakh to 25 lakhs also, depending upon how big or small the farm is. Right now our major clients are like 2 lakh birds, 3 lakh birds, and the costing for that farm composter would be around 4 lakhs.
1 lakh.
Yeah.
So, initially capital investment is 4 lakh.
Yeah.
304 steel you are using, it is eternal.
Yeah.
So that they need not have to worry about the maintenance. Any maintenance?
We have made a very robust machine. I have set up in our own farm.
I can say it's a nil.
Yes. Okay. Because even the electronics, we use very quality products. We use all Siemens high standard
Very good.
components. Because what the thing is, once we set up, we don't want no downtimes.
Yeah.
It should run
Should run-
purposefully.
Because it's continuously
Yeah.
running it. So, thank you, Hemanth. Thank you, Dr. Mallikarjun. Finally, we understood the journey of VEG and the journey of environmental issues, how he has solved it, the young gentleman. So, finally, message for the audience, what you want to convey as a veterinarian. You turned into entrepreneur. So, what is the message you want to talk to the camera? So, you can also give a message after him. Yeah.
I think poultry is concerned, it definitely is a rural agriculture activity, labor intensive. Definitely labor intensive. It provides very good nutrition by consuming the things which are being less utilized by the people, giving better poultry, the protein. That's the one thing the poultry has an advantage. Definitely, poultry has a major role in providing a protein to the nation. Definitely, we are providing good protein to the nation, which I am proud of it.
whether you want to recommend veterinarians to convert into entrepreneurs?
Definitely. Yeah. There are little things they have to make it. One is they have to manage capital. Uh, Definitely, banks are ready to lend now. Second, be ready for the problems. My success is I predict the problem. Forecast the problem before. That's the my way of working style.
Very good.
Yes, sir. Lastly, I wanted to take one of my friends' name, Mr. Mastad Reddy.
Okay.
Along with him, we run the show. He is also business partner for him.
Very good.
Yeah, along with him, I also want to thank my family, my friends, everyone for my success.
Wish you all the best to go into more other states also. Yeah. Final message, Hemanth.
Yeah. So, from what I've seen, there's so many small problems we can solve at the farm side. So Dr. Mallikarjun sir brings up problems in the farm, and we are still innovating, trying to create more solutions for a poultry farm. And our machine can be used for any organic waste management. So if anybody wants to try to use our machines, they could just contact us, and we can happy to help them figure out their waste management, organic waste management. And also, there's also one more thing you were talking about, the advantages of a machine. I just want to add, one was the quantifiable advantages we spoke about. There's also little non-quantifiable advantages towards nature, is that being sustainable is like respecting the earth, respecting your surroundings, and I think it reciprocates.
Fantastic.
So I think not just because of the economics or the ROI that you need to choose a sustainable practice. Also, it's just and it's hygienic and it's biosecurity, but also it's respect for your surroundings, your earth, and I think it reciprocates, and your surrounding farmers will also reciprocate. And yeah.
Thank you so much. All the best, Dr. Mallikarjun, Dr. Hemanth. So likewise, farmers keep developing problem statements. Young generation is coming out with innovative solutions. So that is why, our podcast is very meaningful. This is the first time out of the 25 podcasts, we're putting 2% together. The idea is simple. So he is like, hard-working innovation and doing lot of jugalbandi to make money, to save money, is making money. So that's how, he is developing problem statement. A young gentleman who went for thinking that, he will design a car. Today he is designing an environmental solution in poultry. So namaskar. We will meet in the next episode. Wonderful, meeting both the gentlemen. Many heroes across the country are contributing to the nature, giving nutrition and making sustainability. As he rightly said, we love Mother Earth. We all want to save. There's only one Earth as of now. Thank you very much.